Wow, that's pretty much like a petrified bit of wood. He was trying to take a photo and he just pulled his phone out his hand and started deleting so many things. The baby cow is tied to the leg of the mama cow while it's being milked. Walls and walls of items, but I don't know anything about them. Here you can see the toes celebrated with what looks like 1950s cabinets with missing paint and sort of duct tape holding it together. So we're outside the Egyptian Museum. We're just about to go in. There's a huge police checkpoint outside. It's a little bit crazy, but we'll go in a second. Okay, let's go. Alright, we made it. We're in. We have our ticket. Check it out. So an adult ticket, 450 Egyptian pounds. Right now it's around 10 US dollars, and a student one is around half the price. So as soon as we bounced in, we got the hard sell from the guides trying to, you know what it's like, Egypt. But we got the upper hand this time. We got a student ticket. No one is a student here. But I guess they don't know what a Peruvian ID looks like. So I guess we're the scammers today. But yeah, Egyptian Museum. So a lot of these exhibits, I guess, are going to move over to that brand new museum. It was supposed to open in January, then February, then March. But now it's March, it's still not open. So here we are today. We're going to look at this one. And yeah, who knows the fate? How many museums can they have? I don't know. But I think it's the best thing right now to go and visit. So let's see what they have. Okay, we're inside. Oh, what an ordeal. There's like 4 security checkpoints and a barrage of guides wanting money for guides. But yeah, we're in now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's probably it has to be the best thing in Egyptology. You're gonna see pretty much anywhere in the world. So yes, it's quite amazing to know that the new museum that will be opening soon will kind of walk circles around this one, and I'm already impressed. So a lot of the things they found in the tombs and the pyramids, that's where all of those items end up. They're not going to leave the things in there, the death masks, the jewelry, the gold and things like that. So they're all in the museums right now in Cairo. And if you go to the pyramids themselves, then they're going to be empty. You go in the pyramid of Khufu for 900 Egyptian pounds, like $22. There's just an empty concrete box there. There's nothing there. Apart from an angry man telling you can't take a video. But yeah, this is where everything is. So let's have a little look around, see what we can find. So when you come in here, you don't get any maps, nothing like that. There's a kind of like a mini wall chart here, so you can see what's in here. But if you go on the website and get their interactive map, you can kind of follow it along, or you can download something before you come here if you don't have internet. But it's something to bear in mind. I think like most things here, they just want to charge more money for guides, and I guess the museum get a commission on that as well. So very money driven, so come prepared beforehand. Wow. So they say this one was found in the foundation. It's King Senusret the First, 12th dynasty. Look at this. It's crazy. It's one thing seeing it on TV videos, but to be honest, it's another thing, going really close to it. You can see how many people have touched it from the staining on here, and they're not really behind glass or anything. They're all kind of exposed for people to sit on, touch. And that's why you see the bottom of this super dirty there, and then it gets a little more clean on the way up there. So these are all sarcophaguses. Is that the plural of sarcophagus? I think so. So, sarcophagi. They have little inscriptions here. It's quite interesting. Something like this would be behind so many layers of glass in a European or museum anywhere else, but it's quite interesting how they're just in the open for everyone to touch, and yeah, it's interesting. Look at that. But I think the real treasure of this museum is Tutankhamun's tomb, death mask, and jewelry. And I don't think they let you take pictures or videos in there. Just like inside the pyramids as well, they deny videos. If they see you taking a video, then they start shouting at you. They're quite quick to anger. There's no lukewarm angerness, it's just immediate shouting. And a lot of people take that personally, which is understandable, but a lot of people get a bad taste in their mouth about the culture, the people, and maybe even the country too, Some people take it very personally. And I think that's quite hard for many travelers coming here. Look at these. Wow. Oh, look at that. He's holding what looks like a duck or a goose. Could be a goose. See, if languages were like this, sure they'd use a lot more paper, a lot more megabytes, but seems like a lot easier to learn. It's very explicit what things mean. Maybe there's some translation issues. For example, a bird could mean multiple things, depending on perhaps its size, posture, species, or whatnot, but yes, quite interesting. This is a four-headed cow. They said they had a sport where they would get in boats and start jousting against each other. I don't think that's the actual inscription for that, but you can actually pull a lot from these inscriptions about what games they did, what hobbies perhaps they might have had, rituals, hunting, burials, yeah, lots of things. So a lot of these sarcophagus items here, that's a good way to get around the pluralization. Yeah, they're empty. I'm not sure. Oops. I'm not sure where the bodies are. So I think all of these sarcophaguses are empty, or at least that's what I think. I went to see Ozzy the Iceman in Bolzano in Italy, and I think the modern way we preserve a mummy, a body, with skin and everything like that would be to put it in like a freezer at a certain temperature. And even though it kind of looks like it sweats a bit, it seems to be the best way to preserve it. I have no idea, that's just what I think. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, it's quite interesting. And there's things absolutely everywhere, inscriptions. It's just head to toe in all this stuff. Wow. Wow, it's amazing really, isn't it? And we have a whole upstairs section up there as well. I think that's where the Tutankhamun tomb is, and other various tombs as well, which hopefully we can try and get a sneaky video before we leave of that. Yeah, look at this. We have a little friend in here. Okay, we're going up the stairs now. They have toilets and they even have signs that say no tipping outside. But they smell awful. Okay. Wow, look at this. It's kind of dark. There's no lights in here, so it's quite hard to see. The royal mummies. It's quite hard to see, but wow. Amazing. Let's have a look in here, the royal mummies. So here's the first one. It's a bit confusing because there's not too many pieces of text to tell you what things are, so you're kind of left guessing. Unless you pay for an expensive guide to sort of tell you the information, but this is sort of what we're given here. Looks like a child, maybe 4 or 5 years old. Probably isn't, but that's definitely the size I'm seeing. But yeah, everything looks kind of empty and deserted here. It's nothing really too much going on. I can only assume it's because they're moving it to another museum. That's why some of them are empty. I don't know, I mean, some of the care for these items isn't too what I'm used to. It's just the way things are kind of etched in. There's not too much, I don't know, it's weird. There's not too much care and consideration to what I'm usually used to in other museums. It just seems like it's just thrown together to get a bit of money. I don't know. But then again, if it's the only place you can see these things, then they're the things you're stuck with, I guess. And I think that's what a lot of people seem to think when visiting Cairo, Giza, Luxor. You can't see it anywhere else, so you gotta embrace the culture, embrace everything, and wow, that's pretty much like a petrified bit of wood. Oh, there's even hair on there still. Look at that. Wow. You can see a little bit missing there. Well, even the wrappings had designs on there, paintings. I imagine they would have paid skilled workers in various crafts, from decorating the mummies, the chambers, the tombs, all kinds of things. Sarcophagus. Wow, look at those designs. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Is that Anubis or is that Horus? No, that's Horus, isn't it? Pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, but we will see what we can see, and that's all that we can see, because I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. So it looks like we might have to go back around the other way. Yeah. I remember hearing something when I was in school about an actress, I think it was, in James Bond, where they painted her fully in some sort of golden paint, and they left the nose holes like that. Then she ended up dying. I'll probably Google that when I get internet later, but yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. Okay, we're back out of the royal mummy area. Look at this. Huh. So yeah, upstairs it looks like everything's in glass cases here. I don't know, has anyone been here maybe 5-10 years ago? Can you maybe say what it was like? Were things looking more maintained? Is it because they're moving to another museum and there's sort of no signposts telling anyone about that? Oh, look at that. Yeah, for me, I'm just a bit confused. Wow. There's the downstairs, So yeah, look, it looks like there's just endless corridors and chambers of things to see. So yeah, they would have things here from Cairo, Giza, Luxor. I imagine many places down the Nile and across the country, to be honest. As far as I'm aware of what the locals told me, most things are in the museums with a few sort of very minor exceptions. So if you want to see the treasures, the antiques, the jewelry, all the things inside the pyramids, including the bodies, I guess, then the museums are the places to be and the way to do it. Wow, look at that. It's amazing to see what craftsmanship has been lost in time. There's so many techniques, skills, craftsmanship from thousands of years ago that seem to be somewhat lost in time, or at least not freely made available to other people for various reasons in other countries, just from the way and nature things were conducted back then. I think typically if you see a tribe of people or a group of people from another country, you would soon hear that there was a battle approaching. And great Egyptian leaders going into battle. I think it was definitely not in the first few dynasties, but I don't remember the pharaoh's name. I have no internet at all, but there was definitely an appreciation for the first pharaoh that attempted peace with a neighboring country, a neighboring area of land, which suggests to me that it's definitely more of a rare thing. Yeah, the only thing that kind of confuses me is so many people are paying admission to the museum, and you have some sellotape, scotch tape, on such a nice piece like this. It just seems to take away from it all. Look at that, it's absolutely amazing. The amount of hours, how much craftsmanship was put into this. And then today it's sort of celebrated with what looks like 1950s cabinets with missing paint and sort of duct tape holding it together. For me it's super sad, but if that's how people do it here, then what can you say? That's just the way it is. But it just seems a bit odd for me, my opinion, it seems a bit odd to celebrate your culture, your heritage, your roots of your country this way. Especially given the amount of tourists this place gets and the entry fee for what the sort of culture and the area of the country sort of dictates. It's not too cheap in comparison to a 45-minute taxi costing $2 to $3 US. You can sort of put that into perspective. But I guess that goes to show on the entry fees. I believe they're made by card only, same with the pyramids as well. So I guess maybe they don't trust the people to handle cash, I'm not sure, but it seems to be a government initiative, a government thing, that you can only pay by card at attractions like the museum and the pyramids as well. That being said, absolutely amazing. You just can't find a collection like this anywhere in the world. And yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. All right. So let's have a look at this little, well, big sarcophagus here, and then we'll try and find the young king himself. Look at that little cow. The baby cow is tied to the leg of the mama cow while it's being milked. Well, that one's not tied up. Maybe that's the dad cow. Look at that little cow head there. It's dead duck or a dead goose. Could be a goose. Wow. Yeah, no text descriptions on anything, so I'm not really sure what to tell you about some of the things I'm seeing. I wish I could share more, but I guess I'm just relaying onto you the experience that I'm getting here. Wow. Look at these, yeah. Look like little noodles, little caterpillars. Oh, look at that, look. Oh, all little trinkets, I imagine. It's probably a room of trinkets. Here's one right here. Wow. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I wouldn't mind if the inscriptions were even in Arabic. I could translate them. But yeah, not even that. There's just walls and walls of items, but I don't know anything about them. But I'm sure it's not me as well. I've seen most people kind of gliding through, taking a quick snapshot and then carrying on, because you know the average person has no idea either. Oh, there's some glass in here. Oh, here's our one and only sign in the whole room. It sort of tells you about the glass and whatnot. Look at this one right here. Wow. It's absolutely huge. What is it? A solid oak, or what is that? I've seen that. You don't see it too much anymore. Well, I guess what we see these days is like IKEA wood, MDF, things like that, particle board. But look how long. It's a testament to the wood in general. Look how long that has lasted. It's absolutely mad. I'm not sure what's in there. Probably another body of some sort. Oh, he's done a runner. Well, these are more coffin-like, aren't they? A lot more. Yeah, a lot more differently designed than these kind of traditional ones that you would kind of expect to see here. So the one room everyone wants to see. Pretty busy. So in this room, I mentioned it before, no photos, no videos, absolutely nothing. I think the room itself is dark as well, so it makes it even harder. But we're gonna see if we can crack a photo. But yeah, this is obviously what everyone here is for. See Tutankhamun. So either this mummy here has been found recently, or it's ready to be packed up and sent to the new museum. You can see it's in kind of like a plastic container there. They've got a bag around it, and you can sort of apply some sort of vacuuming device there to get all the moisture and contaminants out of the air. I suppose that's how they transport them. Here you can see the toes. It's quite hard to see. But again, like all the others, no text here. I have no idea what it is, but it's interesting all the same. Alright, we have some text on the rings here. You can see some of the kings right here. I imagine they were found on the bodies. Ramesses II, probably one of the most famous pharaohs of the Egyptian times. Wow. It's quite cool, isn't it?
Please keep it move. Please don't stop. Move it. Don't stop, guys.
So we went inside the Tutankhamun place. It's so stressful. So there's a couple of guys in normal clothing, no uniform or anything, just normal clothing, and they're just trying to find anyone taking a picture. So a guy was trying to take a photo of the coffin. They have 2 sarcophaguses in there and the death mask and lots of jewelry. He was trying to take a photo, and he just pulled his phone out his hand and started deleting so many things, and the guy was freaking out. He was like this is illegal, blah blah blah. But they just treat you like thugs in there. They're like telling you to shut up and be quiet, and it's just horrible. You know, these are people who have paid for a ticket. Obviously, they're trying to take a photo of something they shouldn't, but I don't think the answer is to grab their phone and delete their stuff and tell them to shut up. And you know, it's like really demeaning. At least just kick him out of the place, you know, something maybe normal. But yeah, for me, it just kind of ruined the whole experience. I didn't really want to be in there, to be honest. Like, cool, whatever, but I think when you just feel a bit like anxious to be at a museum which is run by the government, you just yeah, don't know what to say really. So we saved the big room till last. Lots of big statues in here, check it out. So yeah, this has got to be the grandest of rooms in the museum. There's lots of things going on. I wonder if that's like the foothold of a temple column or something. So yeah, you see what I mean? If you have some sort of guide that you manage to download or obtain yourself before coming here, then it's gonna help you a lot. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. It's crazy, you know, if you're used to European and American museums where you can't touch anything, it just seems that they don't seem to care about, you know, bodily oils touching any of the stone, limestone, marble, wood, nothing like that. You can just, there it is.
Sarcophaga, very blessing.
Look at this guy. It's in this glass cabinet here. Wow. I wonder if it's like the flooring of a tomb or something like that. It's definitely made of wood. It's quite hard to see because these are so dusty and they have streaks on there with the light sort of shining down. Well, those lights anyway. It's quite hard to see inside. It looks a bit foggy, but you can kind of get the idea. Right, yeah, you can see how dirty it is. It's super hard to see through the camera, so yeah, I apologize for that, but I mean, that's sometimes why you can't see everything on TV, you can't see everything on YouTube. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, get out the house, touch it, feel it, see it yourself. It's absolutely scratched to death. It looks like they just flipped the top over. Yeah, it's empty here too. Wow, this one's cracked all the way along here. But look at these statues right here. Looks like a good photo opportunity there. The museum closes at 5 p.m. It's 3:20 right now on a Monday, so it's quite busy when we came in, but it's not too bad now. There's a headless statue here. Who knows what it is? I don't, but there it is. So yeah, this, I guess, apart from the room where Tutankhamun's death mask is and the sarcophagus, this has to be probably one of the next biggest things in the museum.
That's going to be a really great video.
As for the body of Tutankhamun, I think they're moving that to the new museum, but I believe it's in the basement of this one right now. I'm not sure where it was before, whether it's even been displayed here, I'm not sure. But perhaps we can see that in the future. Yeah. Wow. I thought that was an exhibit, but I think they poured concrete and a few people stood in it. Wow. Let's have a look at what these tablets say and then we can get a better look at these statues. Let's see if we can get it at an angle there. Yeah, there we go. Wow. So there is a... It seems these text descriptions are very sporadic here. So some have them. Most things downstairs, most big things downstairs have them. Upstairs it's a different ball game. Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? Nicest, cleanest part of the museum so far. The gift shop. Look how clean it looks. Look how nice it is. They have 2 ATMs back there so you can get your money. Everything looks nice, clean, wow. I wish the museum was like this. That'd be great. Okay, that was the museum in Cairo in Egypt. What did you think? Mixed feelings. I think I made everything clear in the video. But yeah, that's what it's like. So hopefully the new museum will open again soon. Who knows when, I'm not sure. We're about to be cast out in the street and we're gonna head to a market and see what a market is like in Cairo. Alright. So, I hope you enjoyed the tour at the museum there. It's pretty cool. I definitely recommend doing it at least once in your lifetime. One and done is what I say.